What's up, everybody? Welcome in. It's Back to the Beach with Kristin and Stephen. I'm Stephen Colletti here.
And I'm Kristin Cavallari. Hi, guys.
There she is. And we have a third very special guest, which we're pumped about today. I'm also staring at Mr. Talan Torriero.
Yes!
What's up, Talan?
What's up, guys? Long time.
It's so good to see you.
It's so crazy. I see Stephen every once in a while, probably like once a year.
I'm jealous.
Yeah, we get to have a little fun in Laguna.
Kids. We had a wild time in Lake Tahoe.
Tahoe as well.
Oh, I heard about that. Yeah.
The fun never stops. By the way, the beard, man, is looking strong. This is a healthy beard I've never seen before.
Yeah, I've always wanted a beard. I felt like beards looked really cool, and I never could grow one because anytime I grew one, it looked like I shaved my pubic hair and glued it to my face. So I was like, okay, maybe I'm 36 now. Well, 36 at the end of the year. So I'm like, maybe I'm old enough to grow a real beard. I still don't think I'm there yet, but there's grays in my beard now. It's like,
hey, that's how old we are. God,
so you still get bored with your hair. We just watched an episode, and there's this great conversation between you and Kristin are having coffee, and when she sits down, you're like, yeah, I buzz my head. And she's like, really? I can tell. And you're like, I get so bored with my hair. I have the worst ADD, which is so funny.
I do. It's crazy. If I was a girl, I'd have like purple highlights, pink highlights. I would like change it up. I mean, my hair would be really unhealthy, I would assume, by dyeing it so much, but
well, you look great, man. Let's get everyone up to speed a little bit on where exactly you're at. So from once Laguna was over and you went away, you moved to LA for a while, but last 10 years, where have you been? What are you up to?
Yeah, so I was in LA for quite a while, probably like.
Actually, can we talk about this? Because we've mentioned it a few times on the podcast, and I want to see if my memory is correct. Did you dropped out of high school and moved to LA, right?
I did. So
okay, can you talk about all of that?
I can. So basically what happened is I was in high school, right? Like all of us. And I had broken my shin playing football right before the second semester. And I was like, I think I was planning on trying to like do the college thing, and breaking my shin for whatever reason. I spent a couple of weeks in my bed, just kind of like, I don't know, depressed, or just kind of realizing like, you know what, like I could just go take all of my courses and my, GED and get my diploma and not have to stick around for the last 6 months. And now that I look back on it, I'm bummed on my decision. But when you're a young kid, you're like, you make very impulsive decisions, which I did. So I, you know what, I can still get all the same credentials and just bounce early, which I did. There's no like real dramatic story to it other than I was just done with school. I was ready to just like get into.
But I'm glad that I remember that correctly, because Alex Hooser and I used to come and stay with you, and we would go out in LA all the time, like when I was still in school.
Yeah, it was pretty wild. People would be like, in LA, people like, wait, aren't you supposed to be like in high school? And you're like at a nightclub. Like, what the hell is going on right now?
Yeah.
And I, because I met like, viewers won't know. Well, yeah, they will. They'll know Frankie Delgado, right?
Yes, from the Hills. Yep.
I met Frankie when we were like still in high school. So I think as a result, he was like, dude, you should just move to LA. Yeah. And it just seemed a lot more fun than just like Saturday night, like keg party.
Well, it was more fun.
Laguna, right?
It was more fun.
At that point in our life, we were like, get me the fuck out of here. I'm so bored. There's nothing to do here, which is so funny and spoiled looking back on it. I think we've all now come to a place of like, damn, like we grew up in a pretty amazing place. But yeah, LA was calling a lot of us. And like from what Kristin was saying, sound like you guys had some pretty fun nights. It was a spot to be up in LA. I was doing the same thing because I wanted to leave in college after a year. And then randomly, I was couch surfing for a little while. I got in a place with Dieter and Jason, how Dieter and Jason got an apartment together. What the is that as random to you guys as it is to me? I don't know.
Yes, it is.
I mean, they shared a girlfriend at one point. Granted, look, we all shared.
Yeah, you guys all shared girlfriends.
I think we all right here.
Yeah, but you know what? That's it's interesting you bring up that point though, Stephen, because like I try to explain to people how Laguna is very different, I think, than a lot of towns in that there's really like there's a lot of girls that I've dated that my friends have dated, and I don't hate my friends for it. And there's a lot of girls that have, like this situation.
Because it was so small.
Yeah. But I feel like at other high schools, that's like odd. It's like, wait, why did you can't date my ex-girlfriend. At our school, it's like, well, there's only 3 girls I really want to date. My girl's like 4 guys I want to date. Well,
it's true.
We had,
you know what?
Culture was strong. There was a lot of, it was very casual. It was like on a weekend for somebody to like, Chris and I hooked up this weekend. Kind of random, but kind of fun. It's just
speaking of that though, another thing we have to clear up, Talan, I really hope that you remember this too. And be honest, because that's all we know how to do on this podcast. Did I cheat on Stephen with you?
No.
Was I dating? I didn't think so either.
I didn't think so either. But Kristen, you brought it up.
No, you brought it up originally earlier in the season.
No, because I like if I hooked up with a girl who's had a boyfriend, for sure. Unfortunately, I'm bummed on it. But it was never you.
I know.
I didn't think so either. I didn't think so
that's
either.
why you brought it up, Kristen, because I was wondering why you brought that, because Kristen just brought this up to me in the previous episode. And I'm laughing because she was talking about like times that she cheated on me. And she was like, the only time I remember cheating on you was with Talan.
I thought that because you said that. I was like, I don't think I actually cheated on you, but I know you said it earlier in the season.
Maybe, I don't know if I said it like that or you guys were hooking up, but not cheating necessarily because
I've been devastated this whole time. I was like, I really don't think I cheated on you with Talan.
When you said it in the last episode, it was news to me. And that's why I said to you right away after, I was like, wait, you cheated on me with Talan?
I was a horrible person, but I wasn't that horrible.
The rules are different in high school in the sense that I feel like, cheating was like talking to another dude. I don't know. It's like a little bit more of a delicate situation. I feel like
yes.
Maybe did she cheat on you with me by the standards of like high school? Get around in the car or something.
There's a whole new rules for us.
I don't know. Now you're like,
yeah, it's funny. Like, because now I look at it was like, I knew if Chris and I were breaking up, that she was probably like, you were like the first guy that I know that she was going to. That was happening, but I never looked at it. So it was like, you were a kind of a threat into my little world of like Kristen and I's relationship, but of us like actually being together and trying to keep Kristen from cheating on me, but I never saw it, which was Sisyphean task. Like to be 100%
like transparent. Like my how do I say this? Like truthfully, Kristen was a girl I never thought would hook up with me. Seriously, straight up. So I've always had my eye on like Taylor or something.
Okay, so that was real.
Oh, there you go. This is a question that was raised. Yeah.
Never crossed the line though, because she was dating a guy, right? Like she dated Chuck for a while. So I never did anything that I was like young, like puppy love, right? And then I think Kristen like kissed me a couple of times and then it turned into more, it was never, I was never like, I'm going after Kristin and Stephen. Like,
I never felt that. I swear it's just funny that, Kristen, you thought that. Wow, we were all. It looks like we got everything straightened out now.
I'm so happy that we did. I can sleep tonight now. My God.
That's funny that you thought that though, because that definitely that was never.
Well, I never thought that until you alluded to it. Like, when we first started doing the podcast, and I was like fucked up by it. I was like, God, I really do not remember that.
That's just more. I felt like I knew who you were going to go running to when we broke up.
Which, when we broke up, Talan is the first person that I went to. That's all true.
Yeah, because I was like, whoa, well, okay, so now it's kind of coming back to me. I was probably like, oh, here's this girl that I never thought I could get with. It's like, Talan, and I'm like, what up? Always a nice guy. And then like, I'm the nice guy. And then she's like, all right, I'm out. Thanks for the.
Kristen's like,
all right, did conquer that. On to the next.
Okay, you guys, I am so excited to talk to you about Factor. This new year, you've got goals, and Factor is here to help you achieve each and every one of them. Get America's #1 ready-to-eat meal kit and start saving time, eating well, and living your best year yet. Are you too busy to cook? Well, with Factor, you can skip the trip to the grocery store and skip the chopping, prepping, and cleaning up too. Factor's fresh, never frozen meals are ready in just 2 minutes, so all you have to do is heat and enjoy.
That's right, guys. No matter your lifestyle, Factor has delicious, flavor-packed meals to help you live it to the fullest with keto, calorie smart, vegan and veggie, and protein plus options on the menu each week. Prepared by chefs and approved by dietitians, each meal has all the ingredients you need to feel satisfied all day long.
With 34 chef-prepared, dietitian-approved weekly options, there's always something new to try. Plus, you can round out your meal and replenish your snack supply with an assortment of 36 plus sweets, smoothies, juices, and more satisfying add-ons.
Satisfying add-ons. Want to cut back on takeout? Get Factor instead, guys. Not only is Factor cheaper than takeout, but meals are ready faster than restaurant delivery in just 2 minutes.
Okay, you guys, you're going to head to factormeals.com/beach50 and use code beach50 to get 50% off your first box. That's code beach50 at factormeals.com/beach50 to get 50% off your first box.
We want to take a second to talk to you about Orangetheory. Guys, Orangetheory is a smarter workout for more results. It's a total body 1 hour group workout that combines science, coaching, and technology to guarantee maximum results from the inside out. It is a 5-zone heart rate based workout designed to transform you from the inside out and supercharge your metabolism, which is very key, for more caloric afterburn, more energy, more confidence, more results. You guys, 12 to 20 minutes in the orange zone 3 to 4 times a week is all you need to start your fitness journey toward a longer, more vibrant life. You guys, I've done Orangetheory and I highly recommend this. I've been to their classes and I really like how they have a well-rounded workout, which is efficient in an hour and it's tracking your results in real time. And you can keep that all logged. So as you go on through a couple more classes and a couple more weeks, as we're all working through our New Year's goals here, you can see the progress that you're making. So I highly recommend going to Orangetheory. It's backed by science to supercharge your metabolism for more results. It's all about getting that metabolism going, guys. So it's very important there. Their heart rate-based interval training workout includes 5 heart rate zones: resting, easy, challenging, uncomfortable. It's that orange zone we mentioned, and all out, the red zone. Got to get to that red zone, guys. That's when we really start to burn those calories. Every group workout includes rowing, which activates 85% of your muscles, cardio on the treadmill, where you can power walk, jog, or run, and the strength training on the floor. That's the whole circuit, which is nice to get a well-rounded workout for you guys. Guys, you can get your first class free. Visit orangetheory.com to find a studio near you and book now. Love it or your money back. Ask about their 30-day risk-free guarantee. Guys, I know you will love your Orangetheory experience, so they guarantee it. Just take 12 classes during your first 30 days, and if you don't feel like you're living a more vibrant, happier, healthier life, take back all your money and just walk away.
I think I was like heartbroken, I think, because you hooked up with like Sam.
Oh, Sam's so hot.
Oh, Sam is so hot.
So hot.
I'm sorry. I owe everybody an apology, apparently. Every guy I owe an apology to. How is Sam, by the way?
Yeah, I talk to him sometimes. He's good.
Tell him I said hi.
Tell him that, we said hi and that he's so hot. Because
that he is so hot. That's the theme of the whole podcast, is that Sam is so hot.
Kristen's number one sentence out of her mouth is, Sam is so hot throughout the
Sam was hot. Sam was
which
hot.
is really funny.
If you could send us a photo too, just to make sure he's still hot, that would be great.
He like lives on a farm in upstate New York, and like
wow,
like living.
That's awesome. That's good to hear.
So, Talan, you mentioned Taylor, which we just watched an episode, and they're kind of MTV's creating this, or they're trying to steer this love triangle between possibly you and Kristin and Taylor as you're starting to see her. Do you remember from that date that you guys went on, which I found really sweet? Sincere, I could tell that like you really had a thing for her, and you really liked her. Yeah, but obviously there was another guy that was kind of in her life which we can give the backstory to the audience. It was somebody who was off in college, who was older than her, but they would kind of take their breaks as he was in college. But you really had this thing, and you had a really sweet thing where you were telling her that in this last episode, like everything's different around her, and that you feel that it's a girl that you can't have a girlfriend because she was the only girl that you felt like you could actually be with. And then you also catch yourself and you go, well, wait a minute, that just totally sounds like a line from a movie. I'm sorry. And then she says back to you, she says, you've just been nicer to me in the last 5 minutes than you have been the last 5 years. But I thought it was really sweet.
It was sweet.
Honestly, I was always super nice to her. I was never mean to her. But like,
do you remember MTV setting up? that date? Yeah. Do you remember MTV setting up that date?
Yes.
Kind of like pushing.
She would never go on a date with me because clearly she had a boyfriend. So MTV obviously got involved, and I honestly I wouldn't go on a date with her because she had a boyfriend who was also like, sort of not my friend, but like we're friends now, but like sort of someone I knew through, you know what I mean? So MTV, of course, then they're like, oh, this is great. Like, here's this like story here, and we can just get him to go to dinner with her, and then, you know, get me to say some dumb stuff on camera. And
no, it's my favorite.
Right?
Talan, you were like, your one-liners, season 1 and now season 2. I mean, I felt like you prepped coming into every scene, like you knew what you were going to say, and you were just like turning it on, like wheeling and dealing the whole time. I think you're so fun to watch.
I completely agree with her, Talan. Like, some of your lines are hilarious.
Yes.
I think I had saved up those moments to say it to those people particularly. And then finally MTV like forced us onto a date. I'm like, dude, I can finally say what I wanted to say.
So great.
Like, I have rehearsed this. I have rehearsed this line because I have now have the opportunity to say it. Boom.
I love it.
Man, it's so good, man. It really is great. It's super entertaining for the audience. And there's also a scene this last episode where as we just talked about, we were talking about your hair and you were buzzing your head, but then you tell Kristin that she has, this was, by the way, Kristin's favorite quote from the last episode, that she has a penis mentality, which is well put in an underhanded soft way. It cracks Kristin up in the moment.
I love it.
It was really funny.
Dude, that's like, yeah, for sure. I mean, I think what I meant by that specifically is like, I think that, okay, what can I say?
She was more like a dude. She was like,
I was
very
like
casual about like,
dude, yeah. She could hang out with the guys. She could like just have fun, let loose. You know, I don't know. She was.
You weren't super concerned with being very ladylike and proper in a way. It was like, I'm out of fun.
Still
like,
not.
I'm boy crazy. Like, I want to kiss different boys. I want to party. Like, you just like it's why a little bit of like more of a dude's mentality.
Kristin was like, that's like being ahead of the times, right? In a sense.
I know.
It's like girl power. What's up, right? So
I think that's why a lot of people
Laguna
resonated.
Beach. Yeah. Well, I think if Laguna Beach aired today, it would be a very different situation than when it aired in 2004, 2005.
Yeah. By the way, the shit that we say, Talan, I mean, all of us, and there's some, I mean, there's just language that we're using that you wouldn't say today, offensive words in a way.
Yeah.
Like, ooh, it is cringy. And everyone has those moments, but that's also a part of being a kid, but that's being a kid in 2004 as well, because it's a completely different time, of course, now. But yeah, Kristin, I think people resonated with you because, you know, you're just like, you live so much, I think, in the moment. Like, it was so much about having fun and not giving a fuck and being too conscious about, like, you know, having to deal with this later, or some sort of like, you know, like what, I don't want to offend somebody, or you just really like kind of just rode with your instincts and in a moment, which was really interesting, I think, for people to watch, and people gravitated towards that. So,
well, you either did or you hated me for it, one or the other.
Well, it made for great TV too. I mean, on top of it, right?
Completely.
Yeah.
There's some moments. I mean, I think for me, you know, well, by the way, the conversation with you guys having coffee, I think is really fun because it's sincere and honest. You guys have good chemistry. You have a good back and forth where you're giving each other both shit. It's really funny.
I want to circle back to, you know, you kind of like playing up this persona, this role on the show. Do you think, were you yourself kind of trying to like play up this guy, or was that MTV, or was it both?
What guy are you talking about? Like,
well, how you were like always on, like super charming and on, and like saying all the right things.
Rico Suave.
Yeah.
I would say that like I was very apprehensive of like getting caught up in like some sort of like storyline or something. Like I tried to play it
like I did.
Safe. I was in Dieter mode. I was like, yo, dude, what are you doing? Like I want to play the safe zone. And it, you know, honestly, the drama behind the camera was definitely different than what was portrayed on the camera. Not all of it, but you know, like I'm saying, like there were obviously storylines that happened behind camera that were not shown. So I know I wasn't like, all right, let's get it. Scene one. You know, it was more like the producers were like, yo, like we want you to tell Kristin how you feel about her. And you're just like, okay. And then I literally would just say that line that I say, or whatever lines I said, those were legit, like came off. I didn't like rehearse shit. It just came out. And
I
I'm like,
love it.
looking back, like, what a freaking dweeb. Like,
No, it was so good.
Like,
It's so
like,
fun to
oh my
watch.
God, that's what I said. But you know, like, I think I said a line that was like, I don't love you, I LUV you.
So you weren't happy with how you were portrayed, or what were your
No.
thoughts on that?
No, I was totally fine with it. You know, I think the producers in the show did a great job of, you know, portraying what was really happening, to a degree, the best they could, right? Without making it just completely boring or over dramatic, like having some sort of storyline, right? Because if there's too much going on, it's like, how do you even keep up? And I think the way I was portrayed, I was totally cool with it. You know, I felt like I was kind of on the sidelines, and I was totally cool with that, because I felt like I was kind of a floater in general. Like, I was like friends with like the football dudes, and then I was friends with the surfer dudes, and then I was friends with like, so I kind of floated around anyway. So as a result, like, I never really got caught up in one, you know, group or drama involving that group, because I was just kind of floating around.
Was there ever a relationship or some sort of a dinner that they wanted you to go on that you said no to with somebody?
I like that question.
I don't know. I may have only said no because like I just couldn't go, and like not because like of the person particularly. Like, I don't want to go to dinner with that person. Yeah,
because they have you, because it seems like, because you go, I mean, you're hanging out, you'll have a drink with Lauren, you'll have a drink with like, or hang out with Lauren and Lo. We'll see you with Kristin, we'll see you with Taylor. So you're kind of
pretty much any girl. You will definitely get a drink with any girl.
I was just the rebound guy. I'm realizing in this conversation that I was like the rebound guy. They're like, oh, rebound tonight, I'll just rebound.
I feel like MTV really wanted they wanted to find a concrete role for you in the show. So they were trying you out with all these different relationships and hoping that something might, you know, bubble into
Stephen,
something more significant.
I wanted to be in a relationship. Let's make it clear. But, you know, I think, dude, nice guys at the time, nice guys finished last. I think I never had it in me to just, I think I would try to be a dick sometimes, and girls would be like, shut your fucking mouth.
See right through that crap.
This episode of Back to the Beach with Kristin and Stephen is sponsored by BetterHelp. When you're at your best, you can do great things, right? But sometimes life gets you bogged down and you may feel overwhelmed or like you're not showing up in the way that you wanted to. Well, working with a therapist can help you get closer to the best version of you. Because when you feel empowered, you're more prepared to take on everything life throws at you. Stephen, what are your thoughts on therapy?
Well, I mean, here at Back to the Beach, we are definitely pro mental health. I mean, look, everything that we've gone over in the show and dealing with stuff that's been floating around in our mind for all these years about working on that show and what that experience was at that point in our life. It's good to talk to somebody about it. It's been good to talk to you about it. And I think talking to people about things that have, you know, stuck with us for years or things that we're dealing with is very important. And this is where BetterHelp is here to help you guys.
I've said it a million times on this podcast, but I really am a huge fan of therapy. I've been in and out since I was really little, and I just think it's nice to have an unbiased opinion, a third party just to bounce ideas off of, or just to have a sounding board. Well, you guys, if you're thinking of giving therapy a try, BetterHelp is a great option. It's convenient, flexible, affordable, and entirely online. All you have to do is fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists at any time for no additional charge.
That's right. If you want to live a more empowered life, therapy can get you there, guys. Visit betterhelp.com/beach10 today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/beach10. All right, you guys, we're going to take a second to talk to you about ZocDoc. You guys ever been in the position where you go to the doctor's office and it's just mad chaos in there, and whether they forgot your appointment or they're busy dealing with other people and you're sitting in the waiting room for a while and you just don't feel like you're getting the attention you need? Yeah, I've definitely been in this position before, guys. There's nothing worse than going to a doctor's appointment, expecting to be the center of attention, and then your doctor seems like they have better things to do and better places to be. Instead of actually listening to you intently, asking you how you feel and helping you along, doctor is like checking the clock or talking to somebody totally half-hearted and what they're supposed to be paying attention to, which is you. On ZocDoc, you'll find quality doctors who focus on you, listen to you, and prioritize your care.
Absolutely. I love that. You guys, ZocDoc is the only free app that lets you find and book doctors who are patient reviewed, take your insurance, and are available when you need them and treat almost every condition under the sun. No more doctor roulette or scouring the internet for questionable reviews. With ZocDoc, you have a trusted guide to connect you to your favorite doctor you haven't met yet. Millions of people use ZocDoc's free app to find and book a doctor in their neighborhood who is patient reviewed and fits their needs and schedule just right.
That's right, guys. Go to ZocDoc.com/beach and download the ZocDoc app for free. Then find and book a top-rated doctor today. Many are available within 24 hours. That's ZocDoc.com/beach, ZocDoc.com/beach.
Let's fast forward to today. You're married, right? And you have 2 kids. What took you to Nebraska?
Yeah. So my wife is from here, and we were dating for about, I should know the answer to this, but
where'd you guys meet?
We met on her 21st birthday at Big Wang's.
Oh,
that's it. That's in LA.
I love it.
Yeah. Well,
so she was in LA.
What's funny is that you remember Swingers, and then there's Big Wang's, and then there's Happy Endings, the bar.
Yes. Stephen, I think I met you at Happy Endings one time.
Yep.
My mom would see my credit card bill, and it would say like, I was like, Mom, I'm dating this new chick. And she's like, who's this chick? And like, I'd go to like Happy Endings.
No.
And then go to Swingers at like 2 a.m. And Mom's like, what is this guy's problem? Who is this chick? But
that's
so
funny.
I met her on her 21st birthday. I was, I think, 22, 23 at the time. And I just said, who the heck is that? And she said, and my buddy introduced me. And anyway, she was like kind of like on a date, but not like really seriously dating the guy. And she ended up just hanging out with me. And she was really, anyway, that's a whole story in itself. But so we dated for a long time. And then, we got married. And I said, let's move to Nebraska. And she was like, I don't know. She didn't really, was kind of more apprehensive than I was. And then I got her on board, because like, you can live in a bigger, nicer house, and you have land, and the people are nicer, and there's no traffic. And I could just list a billion reasons why living outside of California. And what's great too, is when I go to California, I really feel like I go to the beach more and enjoy it more. Like I actually am on vacation now when I go to Laguna.
Yeah. No, that makes sense completely.
So it's nice. I have a 16-month-old daughter. Her name is Hudson.
Wow. Cute.
She's 18 months. And then I have I'm really bad at dates. And I have a 4-year-old named Bronson.
Wow.
Bronson and Hudson. And then
such cute kids. I've met them.
Yeah, Steven's met him, dude. He's
that's awesome.
And what's pretty cool, my wife's a builder, so she builds houses.
Wow.
So we're building a house, a new house. We're actually selling our house this Saturday, moving into a new house, and it's got like a horse barn and horses and the whole thing.
Living the life out there, man.
That's amazing.
I'm growing my beard. That's why I'm growing my beard.
You have to. You gotta be cowboy.
Yeah. Are you wearing cowboy hats and cowboy boots out there? Yeah.
I do, but everyone makes fun of me because like no one here does except for the cowboy.
Except for the people that come from out of town.
Except for the cowboys actually wear like, cowboy boots, and they wear like trucker hats. Like they don't
Do people ever recognize you and say, well, first of all, they're like, take off the cowboy hat, Laguna Beach?
Yes, I know, right? No, I get like, it's weird, right? I live in a small town. So I live in Elkhorn, which is outside of Omaha. And people here, I think generally, I hate to say this, but I'm probably the most famous person in the city of Elkhorn, which is not a big deal.
No, that makes sense. Yeah.
People, right. But there are people here that just know that, there's talent, and they I don't know. I don't really, I'm not as big of a deal as you two. I'm sure if you guys were here, they'd be like, holy crap.
No, I'm sure people that if they were, fans of the show and they just see you at a, coffee shop there in the rest, like, what the fuck? What are you doing all the way over here?
I get asked that a lot. I've actually, most of the time I get asked like, dude, what high school did you go to? And I'm like,
people are like trying to put it together.
they recognize me, but they can't figure out how. Like, where'd you go to high school? Do you know Joe? Do you know this guy?
How funny.
And my name is so distinguishable. As soon as I'm like, no, hi, my name's Talan. They're like, oh shit, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know another Talan. So,
that's funny. How are your parents?
They're good. They're good. My mom and dad are cruising. They're still alive and kicking. How are your? How's your dad?
My dad's good. He moved to San Diego, so he's in San Diego now. He was in Colorado for a minute. So I really have no reason to go back to Laguna unless it's just because I want to go. So I actually took my kids. I guess it's been a year and a half. Saw Stephen. He got to meet my kids, and we stayed at the. We did. We went to San Diego. We had a very nice night and stayed at the Montage with my kids. So yeah, I saw Alex Merle, and I've stayed in touch with a decent amount of people. We're going to have both Alexes on the podcast. We're going to have Jessica on. Nice. So it's been a lot of fun.
Are your folks still in Laguna?
Yeah. So my folks are still in Laguna. My dad has a house in like rural Pennsylvania. He goes to about half the year, which is pretty awesome, like a pond and hunting and fishing and the whole nine. Pretty cool stuff though. But yeah, man, this is such a trip. I feel like I'm so happy you guys are doing this because it's like forcing me to rewatch. Like,
yeah. When was the last time you had watched the show? Has it been?
My son actually I was scrolling through Netflix or Hulu or whatever, like looking for one of his like Baby Sharks or something. And there was Laguna Beach, and I clicked on it. And then my son was like, dude, that's you. And I was like, oh, okay. Because he was at an age where he like kind of starts to get it, right? So this was like a year and a half ago. So then we played a couple episodes, and I was so embarrassed, but my son thought it was pretty freaking cool.
Oh my God. What season? Was it the first season or second season?
I think it was probably the second season. I think it was that scene where like me and Kristin went to that La Serena or whatever, which
that was the first scene that I ever filmed.
I think that was the first scene I ever filmed because I saw I had to remember the first scene.
And then they used it.
I hate that scene because I thought I was so nervous. No, I think it was season 1. It was in season 1. Yeah. Okay.
I'm trying to remember. Was it in the show? Wait, or what?
It made it.
It's like the most, dude, that scene is so all over Instagram and TikTok is like the iconic scene where like girls started wearing Uggs and jean
skirts and Ugg boots, honey. Yes. When I'm like, I just hate Lauren. I like want her out of my life. That
scene. Okay. I was trying to think of, I thought it was another Pomodoro dinner. I was like, fucking. When was that one?
There's about
I know we went to
500
Pomodoro so many times, but that's right. Of course, that was the
moment
significant scene. Yeah.
When Kristin cheated on you with me was at La Serena.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That was it right there.
And there's that. Yeah, and it's funny. You have that letter. You're like, oh, I kind of feel like I kind of come in on the side from time to time. Very casual.
So I mean about the lines. Yeah. Well, we were so nervous the first few times filming, and I can tell watching it. I'm sure maybe the viewer can't, but I find that scene so uncomfortable because I can just pick up on that nervous energy. I hate it.
Oh, it's interesting. I can't see that about you, but it's funny how watching certain things we pick up on ourselves. We're so critical of ourselves. We're like, fuck, I can tell I'm really nervous. I have
a question. Were you guys critical of any of your like? So I like watch
everything.
Well, where should we begin? Yeah, which episode do you want to start with?
That's why we're doing this podcast.
We've been having a reckoning here. We're getting it all off our chest here. But yeah, there's been. I mean, the crazy thing, man, it's look. There's obviously significant moments that have stuck out that we've been able to talk about and that we remember we've never really had a chat about. And so you're processing those, but then there's also all this other shit of like weird moments and memories that come up, or it sparks some sort of, conversation between the two of us of like, do you remember when this happened or this happened? And it is wild going down that road, but it's fun because we both have different versions or different memories. And so trying to come together and figure out what the actual truth is or what the real story is
I cheated on you.
Yeah. So good times over here, man.
Talan, this has been so fun. It is so good to see you. And I'm so happy that you're doing well. And I hope I actually get to see you in person sooner than later. I feel like we need to have an actual Laguna Beach reunion with no cameras, but just have fun.
I actually have a buddy who's a country singer who lives in Nashville that I've been meeting. Brett Young. So I've been meaning to come.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know who he is.
At some
Come
point.
on out. Let me know. Let's hang out. I'll take you to
I'll
Broadway, baby.
For sure. Broadway.
It's great to see you, man. Another good thing about doing the show, we could see, everyone's kind of grown up and matured in their ways, and to see what you're up to, and you've got beautiful wife and family out there and made a life for yourself is really awesome. So thank you so much, man, for coming on and taking some time out of your life to hang out with us.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it. It's great to just connect and stay in touch. Hit me up. Stephen, I'm sure I'll see you soon, but yeah, guys, I'm around. Hit me up.
Yeah, absolutely. All right,
Let's
Talan.
hang. All
Take
right, man.
care.
Bye, guys.
Bye.